So, has there ever been a game that you've been waiting for years? Well, first I guess months, then years, and more years, and the game just, disappears for a while, and then a new console generation comes out. But, that game you is still not around, still in development as, you know, some like to say it, and I guess another console generation comes out and that game is still in development, nobody is talking about it. Basically, what I'm trying to point out is that there are some games that had basically a big development cycle or whatever you want to call it. Um, Basically, I would call it development hell, since that's the title of the video. I guess the most famous example is Duke Nukem Forever, since yeah, I don't even know when that game was supposed to come out, um, but when it finally came out, it was very dated and not really good. I think some people enjoyed it. Like if I think you are a big Duke Nukem fan, you are going to enjoy the game, since yeah, it has some old references, which I guess only the um, Duke Nukem fans will get. I didn't really play the game so far, since um, you know I didn't get it, but the game that I was waiting for, for a long time is Final Fantasy 13, since that was basically announced for the PlayStation 2 back then, Then it, faded into um, I don't even know where, to the development hell. That sounds weird. And the PlayStation 3 came out, a new trailer for Final Fantasy 13, which back then I don't even know if I had any internet, but I think that I went to a place to look up, this kind of news, and yeah, basically they announced it. I don't even know. Yeah, it was first it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Then I guess Square Enix realized that the game isn't really the best, and they made a 360 version too, which is not bad since for them, but the game we got wasn't really the best. It's not a bad game, it's not the worst game I've played so far. The problem that the game has, that it's very linear and very easy and a bit boring. I mean, okay, the story is, there, but sometimes it's confusing, sometimes it's boring. Most of it is character development. Basically, you are just waiting for the final act, that all of the characters join up and finally you can go and kick some ass. Which, is the case, since as you progress through the game, only in the final chapters are you allowed to basically explore the world. Until then, you are basically on a path, on a never-ending path, on just running. Not much exploring. Basically, if you, for whatever random reason, miss a chest, you go back for it, and that's it. Not too many items, not too many status effects. Basically, the game is very empty, even though the graphics are amazing, and yeah, the graphic is whatever, yeah, and the game is very long, but it is just it feels empty, but I don't know. I did play through it. It wasn't the worst experience that I had. It wasn't really the best one. I don't know if I would have enjoyed or brought the game if it wouldn't had the Final Fantasy title. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I guess another game is, Final Fantasy 13 or Versus 13, which is now called Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that was also supposed to be, I think, released for the PlayStation 2. You know, now it's coming out for the PlayStation 4, and until I cannot get my hands on that game, I cannot really um, say anything about it. The trailers look good, but the trailers looked good for Final Fantasy 13. Uh, you know, those trailers looked nice too. And yeah, until I don't play that game, I don't even I don't even think I will basically see any reviews about it, since that's how I play uh, the most of my games. Not all of them, since there were some games that I played because I saw let's plays of it, and okay, that game looks interesting, and tried it out and got it later. But that's a different topic. What else? So yeah, basically the main thing is here. What are your experiences with this kind of stuff? What game was basically hyped out for you the most, and you've got to wait for it for years and years, and when it finally came out, you were basically disappointed in it, or maybe it was good. I don't know if there are any games out there that had long development time and were good, or maybe there is still a game kinda in that development hell, as the title is telling, that you are still waiting for the game to come out. Like for example, The Last Guardian. That is basically one game that is still in development, and we didn't really hear any kind of news about it, or we didn't see any kind of gameplay about it. Just I think it was supposed to be a PlayStation 3 launch title. I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah, now the PlayStation 4 came out, and The Last Guardian is still not around. So yeah, I guess just leave in the comments below what kind of games you played that had a big development time, or whatever.